Welcome to the Jewelz Podcast, and today I have Ultravioletj with me today, and she goes by Ultravioletj, but her name is Crystal. And again, Crystal, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Hey everyone, greetings. Ultravioletj, that's my artist creative name, but my name is Crystal. I'm here in Memphis, Tennessee, and I'm here with Delando, and we are going to just have a good conversation. And I want you all to learn more about me, where I come from, and more of my life path, and amongst other things that you guys want to hear about. So
All right, well
I don't
then,
have any formalities or anything like that. I just kind of want to get started.
all right, now, I tell you what are you doing currently right now? What are
Speaking
you
with you,
working on?
just messing
Okay,
around.
okay. All right, all right. What are you doing as far as your artwork? What do you got going on as far as your artwork is everything is going?
Right now I have a plethora of things going on. I'm more focused on structuring my business and kind of organizing things. I create freely every day, whether it's um, different mediums like paint, acrylic, markers. I just got into digital art, which I'm really excited about. In the last week, I've created 3 pieces, so I'm really excited about that.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yes, shout out to Procreate.
Yeah,
I would say
definitely.
any artist that's like starting out with graphic art, Procreate is very affordable if you have Apple systems, like iPad, iPhone, MacBook,
Okay.
and it's pretty easy to use for now. I'm still kind of just learning it. Also networking. I've been a hermit the last few years. I've kind of created work, as you can see, like I have art all over my house, all over the walls, all in the closet.
Yeah, it looks
I've
beautiful.
done a couple
Looks
art
beautiful.
fairs, but at this moment, I'm trying to get out and network more in the community and get to know the art community, the Black art community, and just really branch out and show people and tell people who I am, give people more insight about who I am, tell my story, and just show people my work.
All right. Now, now maybe everybody's not, maybe aware of how to get into art or exactly what all do you do. So when you said that you do digital, so obviously I know what digital is. So what all type of artworks do you do? Do you do digital, canvas? Do you do what all do you do as far as artwork? Do you,
So
do you,
basically, what mediums do I use?
there you
Okay.
go.
So I do work with acrylic paint when I paint. I use paint brushes. Sometimes I use my fingers. Art is a spiritual experience for me. So it's really whatever my soul and my spirit guides me to do for that day. I use a lot of metallic colors, gold, metallic paint. I use a lot of metallic markers, Sharpies, Copic markers. So I have a lot of art that's on paper as well. Um, I've also, I do have digital art as well now. I have experimented a little bit with just different textures like gold leaf and things like that. I definitely want to get into sculpturing. Like that's a thing that I have never tried, and I would love to get into that. And also stained glass windows would be amazing. That's something I want to get into. And I also am a designer, so I also have different products where I have pillow cushion covers, purses, clutches, shirts, carry-all bags, makeup bags with my designs on them. So I definitely would love to eventually become very successful like in fashion, like with my designs. So right now I'm kind of a Renaissance woman, so I have a lot going on. So
Well, that's good.
yeah.
Basically you're finding your way and like, okay, I like doing this. Let me try this and then see
Why not?
where it takes it. Yeah, absolutely. I think that that's the best way to be personally. I do that with a lot of things. I'll try something once, and if I either like it or don't, if I try it like it, then I'll do it again. That's kind of how I flow too. So now, as far as your artwork, and that's a lot. Like that's a lot that you do. For me, I was like, okay, I didn't even know all that. So so thanks for breaking that down for me. Now, did you go to school for this? Did you go to school to be an artist?
No. In
Oh,
high school, I
wow.
took art, and it was my favorite subject. It was the only class I didn't sleep in. I'm just kidding. But Mr. Shears, rest in peace to him. He passed away a few years ago, but he was definitely one of my favorite teachers.
Right.
And I'll never forget the first time I walked in that class. I just felt the energy, and I felt so free. And he really used to tell me, you really need to care more about your gift, and you should stop being afraid. Because I was always afraid to get into the contest and to go in front of the class and draw or paint. It was kind of like a hidden talent that I really was afraid to express. So I really thank him. He was like a pioneer in my journey, like someone who really pushed me. But my journey as far as a working artist started 7 years ago.
Wow.
One of my friends named Luis, he actually saw me sketching one day. I was having like a little get together at the house, and he moved to Texas. And before he moved, he gave me all his art supplies. And he said, you know what, you got something and you need to really, really work with that. And ever
Wow.
since that day, I started working on, I finished my first piece, excuse me. And after that, it was like, it became an obsession and I never stopped. And now it has basically evolved into today, like what I'm doing today. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
always been within me. And it's an outlet for me to express myself when I'm feeling
Right.
sad, or all the pain and the hurt that I've been through or I still go through. It's a healthy outlet for me, to basically just express myself freely, to heal, and hopefully I can be able to heal others and inspire others through my art. So no, I would say the universal school, but as far as like an institution, no. But I did plan on going to art school a couple of years ago. I actually got accepted
Right.
in the Memphis College of Art. However, they're shutting down, unfortunately, due to financial issues. So
Really?
yeah, that kind of crushed me because I was really looking forward to that. But supposedly we have a really good art program at the university. So I don't know. If I decide to do that, I might. But as of now, I'm looking more towards being an entrepreneur. The only reason I would go to school is to art history. It's definitely something I would want to get into more. But we do live in a technological age where information is endless. And I mean, I don't know if I want to get in debt.
I mean, well, I mean, if that's something that you want to do, you could always look into it. But like I said, it could be a reward there too. So
That's true.
I think you should explore anything that you want to do. I think you've done a great job of that. I didn't even know. I didn't even know that. So that's pretty cool how you got into it, and you never drew before.
What'd you say? Sorry.
I said, and you never drew before.
No, I've always just kind of sketched, and
That's it.
I've
Well,
always
I'm
been
talking
a
about like,
creator. I just
okay,
didn't take it seriously, which I still don't take it seriously, but I guess started actually manifesting like clients and being part of projects, and where it's becoming, it's integrated fully into my life now. So before it was kind of just this thing I would do on the side, like I would just sketch, and even in school and even in college, I would just like sketch all over my books or, things like that. But it didn't hit me until probably like 4 years ago. It really, really hit me like, wow, I am an artist and I need to accept the fact that I am an artist and that the creator blessed me with this gift. So I have a responsibility to use it.
yes, yes. At least you recognize that. A lot of people don't recognize. A lot of people don't recognize their gift, and then after that, then they're just like, oh, you know, man, time passes them by. So it's very important that I think when you have something that's burning inside you, that you pursue it. That's just the way I see it. But you're doing a good job of that. Now I
Thank you.
think you. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Now, also, let me ask you this: what else do you do? Because it doesn't sound like that's all you do. So, what else do you do?
You up to something. Well, I like to sing. I like to create music, so I like to write music and I like to sing. That's another way for me to express myself.
So,
So growing up, I was in the choir in church and I sung.
oh,
I was the youth
hold on.
choir.
Hold on one second. What was your
Okay,
favorite
okay,
song?
okay.
What was your favorite song though in the choir growing up in church singing?
Oh,
What was your favorite
His Eyes
song?
on the Sparrow and Now Behold the Lamb. Those are probably my two favorite like gospel songs. Like I sung those solos. Those were like the first two songs that I sung solo. So they're very beautiful songs and they really touch me. So like to this day, I just sing them. So that was like how it all started with my singing journey as a musician or vocalist.
Yeah, I was in the choir too, but that I don't know none of them songs. I only knew the songs that I like.
What songs?
We used to sing this song called "If You're Happy and You Know It, Say Amen." That was my favorite song. It's a very elementary song,
Are you
but
gonna
it's
sing it?
absolutely not.
I
Absolutely.
tried it. I tried it.
Oh, yeah. But nah, I mean, I enjoyed it. But now, just nah. I sing it to myself when I'm alone sometimes.
The shower. You do the shower singing.
Nah. I really think a lot in the shower myself, but that's a good
Same.
relaxing time. Okay, so do you have any music out that that you would like to share?
I do. I actually have, so I have a SoundCloud page. It's soundcloud.com / singer crystal -J.
All right, okay, all right. I think I'm gonna go check it out. Hold on, let's see if we can. No, no, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
so I
save
have
it.
a
I'm gonna
few
post it on the
songs.
podcast. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna post it on my page on Instagram.
Okay, I appreciate
Give
that.
you a shout out. Yeah, I did.
I
Now,
have a few songs on there. I haven't recorded in years, so I just
really?
have a disclaimer. Just keep in mind that I have evolved as a person and as a creative since those songs. So I'm actually looking forward to, I'm actually talking to a lot of producers and listening to a lot of beats and stuff these days. I'm cooking up some things and I'm ready to basically relaunch as an artist in a way that's more authentic to who I am now. And I have a very good feeling that it's going to be even better. The sound is probably going to be completely different now. So, just disclaimer, those songs are a little aged, but music is infinite. It never dies. And I just really hope that everyone enjoys it. And
Well,
I
the
also
song.
have a song on iTunes. Well, I did a collab on iTunes with DJ Cell Block out of Romania. And there's a song on his mixtape called "Waiting for Fame" is the name of the mixtape, and there's a song I'm on called "Here We Go." So that was an awesome opportunity just because that's like my first song that's on a major platform. So I think that's pretty dope. Um, so I don't know. I'm just looking forward
Hell
to the
yeah, that's
future
dope.
and
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, I mean, yes, you should be proud of that. A lot of people can't say they've done that, and the fact that you're pursuing your goals and you're following passion. But I think you're not telling everybody exactly who you are. Do you have any children? Do you have any family members? What do you like? What else? I think is I think it's important that people know how hard it is to do certain things with different type of responsibilities if you have those responsibilities.
whew,
But if you would
tell
like
me
to,
about it.
yeah. So
I
you
am a
pretty,
mother. I'm a
yeah, yeah.
mother. I have two
Okay.
sons.
Oh, awesome,
I
awesome.
work a 9 to 5. I'm in the corporate world. um,
Wow,
and it for me it's a balancing act, it's a juggling act, but I have to do what I have to do. And I feel like if I'm following my divine path and my children see me being creative, working hard and being responsible, and also teaching them and showing being an example, then to me that'll help them elevate and let them know that they can do anything, and to be as creative and
absolutely.
free as they want to be.
Yeah, I think
But
that's awesome.
it does have its challenges. I mean, some days I'm just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm exhausted. Whew, I gotta cook, I gotta clean, gotta get up the next day. And some nights I'm up till 3, 4 in the morning, knowing I gotta go to work, creating art. But that's where the balance comes in, where I have to actually manage my time and be organized, because when you have children, you don't have a choice. If you're a good parent, you're gonna make a way to organize your life and to prioritize things. So for
Absolutely.
me, it's just like, how people always say, people make time, when somebody tells you they don't have time for you or they don't have time for something, people will make time for what they want to make time for. So for me, it's like there's billions of mothers on earth, and I've seen single mothers work hard, get their money, be creative, go to work, take care of the responsibilities. So if they can do it, I can do it too.
Absolutely. And hey, like that's awesome. Like I said, my mother was a single mother for me and my brother. So, it's I understand what it's like to be a single mother. It's tough. It can be tough. It can be challenging, especially if the father's not involved. Not saying that that's your situation, but that was a situation for me. So this that's awesome that you're able to stay focused, do all those things, and still be the person that you are now. So and the person that you're growing to be, you're evolving each time. So
Exactly.
that's pretty awesome. Let me say this now. Is it now? You said you were single, so how is it as far as being out here dating now since you have children? Is it challenging?
Woo, we going there tonight, aren't we? We
Yeah,
going there. Okay, let's
listen,
go there. Let's
nothing's
go.
off limits. Nothing's
Hold
off
on, let me
limits.
get a sip of my
Call them
tea.
out.
Let's go. Let's
All
go.
right.
That's some strong tea. Well, um, so I'm gonna put it out there. I was in a long-term relationship / engagement for almost the last decade. We had we have two children. Unfortunately, the relationship didn't work out. And for me, I did have a lot of fears because I felt like, I had like insecurities, like, oh, no one will want me because I have two children, and that's a lot of baggage. So I might as well just be ready to be by myself. Um, I was a little afraid of how it's gonna be like in the dating world, just because after almost a decade, things change. Like in a whole decade, the world, everything changes. Like
but,
everything's
but
completely different.
but hold on something. Hold on. Now you said a lot. Now, did you really feel that way about those things? Did you start to take on that as that persona, like, oh, this really is true. This is really what's going on? Because you said a lot there. So is that how you
I
felt?
did. I did. Unfortunately, I did feel that way for a while. Um, I did. I was in a situation where we knew when it's gonna work out, but I didn't leave the relationship because I was afraid. I was afraid of what people would think. I was afraid of the image, what my
Hmm.
family would think. I was afraid that, like I said, that guys that I wouldn't really find anyone. I was looking at YouTube videos of men bashing women with kids and saying that, we're only good for sex, and kind of really just allowing negativity
Wow.
to overtake me.
Wow.
And it made me
Wow.
very discouraged. But not even just that, I was actually heartbroken at the same time. So when you're in a low vibrational state and you're sad and you're depressed, and I was, dealing with postpartum, I was dealing with a lot of things at one time. I wasn't really, my aura was not clear. So I was just kind of vibrating towards negativity. And you know how it works in the universe. When you think about certain things, those things are going to keep coming. It's like the algorithms. You're going to keep seeing the same stuff over and over again. So you kind of
Yeah.
have to shift your own mental algorithm and spiritual algorithm, go
Not
through a
everybody.
software update, and then you have an awakening. So I went through that awakening.
Yes.
Once we split, I kind of had a moment of wilding out, going to the club, drinking, going to the bar, that whole thing. And I realized that wasn't it. I even dated a couple of guys. That wasn't it. And I had to realize that I needed to go within myself and I needed to heal. So I would tell any woman out there and men, like, if you're leaving a relationship like a relationship that had an extended amount of time, it's best for you to heal and focus on your healing and your growth and go within yourself and look at your own BS. Are we allowed to curse on here?
No limits.
Hey, okay. Sometimes you gotta look at your own shit and you
Yeah.
have to realize that you have shit, because it's easy for people to say, oh, the relationship failed only because of them, only because of him, only because of her, only because of what they did to me. When a lot of times, sometimes it ain't even
That's true.
about that. So,
Nah.
I had to look at my own shit and I realized that I was evolving in a certain way. He was evolving in a certain way, and we're gravitating towards the life that we're actually destined to live. And unfortunately, some relationships are only meant for a season. So I had to realize that, and I had to look at my own bullshit, which I'm still doing now. and learn to heal and balance myself so that when I do want to manifest the man that I want, the life that I want, the finances that I want, that I am who I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I want a certain type of person or a certain type of lifestyle, I actually have to work towards that lifestyle, and I actually have to work on myself so that I can be in that place as well. So for me right now, it's like this, it's like, I know it sounds cliche, like self-love, but like I'm really learning to love myself. And
That's important. That's important.
yes, and with that, me loving myself is not just loving, oh, I'm beautiful, oh, I'm gifted, and it's learning to actually love and accept the bullshit and accept the things that I used to, I guess, try to hide or tuck under the rug, because we all have our dark sides and we all have our issues. So once you recognize those issues, then I feel like things kind of become more transparent and you become more authentic and comfortable in your own skin and comfortable around others as well. So that's how I'm growing right now, because when I was in that relationship, when I look back now, I had very wonderful moments, but I really wasn't my full self in a lot of ways, because I was kind of living under the guise of someone else and not really being myself within that situation. So I had to realize that too. You have to be yourself too. You have to have your own life as well.
Yeah, and I think that too. This is one thing that I think of. I think that some people, you can't live your life for your children. You can't. You have to live your life for you, and not for someone else either. You Sometimes when you get in certain relationships, you lose yourself. Uh,
Mm.
that has happened to that happened to me, and I've heard other people has happened to. And then when you lose yourself, people are like, damn, how you lose yourself? You lose yourself because you're so engulfed in trying to make yourself look a certain way, be a certain way for this person. You lose who you are. That's just how my experience was. I can't speak for your experience, but that's how it
Well, can
was
I
for
build
me.
off of that, if you don't mind?
You go ahead.
That makes a lot of sense, because now I'm thinking back, because when I started becoming more of myself and going through my evolution, the other person started saying, "Who are you? When'd you start doing
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah.
What you talking about? You didn't talk about that before." People don't realize, whether you're single, married, in a relationship, whatever, when you decide that you're going to live your path, live your divine path, right? You're going to walk your righteous divine path. You're going to change. You're going to evolve, and it's going to be a constant evolution. And you almost become incompatible with a lot of people. People just start falling out your life. People start falling out your life because they're not meant to be around anymore. And that's something that was very difficult for me as well. Now, as a Sag, I've always been like, my cutoff game has always been pretty strong. Just as far as like, if I feel like someone's toxic and we're not yoked anymore, then it's like, bye. And that's just like friends in general, or unfortunately even some family members you have to love from a distance, right? But when you're in
Yes.
a committed relationship, when you have that bond, that soul tie, it can be it's a little deeper. So what it
Agreed.
was is, in a lot of ways, when I look back, I was changing and I was evolving. He was changing, he was evolving, and we were becoming incompatible, because we're becoming more compatible with what is ahead, and whatever you believe in, God, the divine, the universe, the creator, the multiverse, whatever you believe, is leading you in a certain path. And unfortunately, sometimes people have to fall away, things have to fall away, because you're being transmuted and you're being transformed into something new. Now, with learning, a lot of the spiritual learning that I'm doing now, I'm realizing that you shedding and being reborn is a constant thing until the day your flesh and blood disappears on this planet,
Yes.
or it
That's
goes into the earth. When
yeah. That's
they say you die, I'm infinite, but I don't know about you, but
I'm infinite. I
when your
type.
physical
Okay.
body dies, right,
Okay.
you're always
Yeah.
shedding and being reborn.
Right.
So you almost have to be with someone who understands that they understand that you're going to shed, you're going to be reborn, you're going to evolve, you're going to change, you're going to shift. However, I do believe that you know, there are people who are together who are so synchronistic with each other that it's just, it's like almost easy, I guess, because there are people out here living their best life and living their dreams. So it's possible. And they went through some
Do you know
things to
why?
get there.
Okay. Yeah. Do you know why though?
Why?
Because they said, fuck all the bullshit. I'm gonna do me. If you're not trying to do, if you're not trying to be on a up and up path, no one's saying no one gotta be perfect, but we should be able to talk about things. We should be able to, I should be able to bring something to you, and we should be able to talk about things. And if we can't, then we have to have a serious adult conversation. Then it's time to move on. And I think when trust and communication is gone, the relationship is dead. Uh,
Absolutely.
you know,
Because if the trust is gone, it's nothing is honest.
right. And the last thing like I said, you said infinite. Yes. The name of this page, my previous page, my business page, was Infinite Supreme Being. That was the name of this page.
That was so
And
corny.
no, you're good. You good. You're good. No, you're good. And then I typed
My
8.
Twitter bio was infinite for a whole 3 years. It just said infinite, all capital letters.
Oh,
That's when I was
really?
learning about, who I really am. And
Oh, okay.
it's pretty awesome.
So one of my, I don't know if you noticed, I used to type 358, on my page. You probably didn't know. A lot of people probably wasn't. I'm like, man, this guy's crazy. What is
But the
he?
angel number 358.
Yeah, 358. Yes, that's the number that I type. I type down. I put it on my hashtag,
Mm-hmm.
and I would always put 8 because it's just something. No one ever told me that I was an infinite being except Bobby Hemmett, and Bobby Hemmett. You know who Bobby Hemmett is, right?
I feel disrespected that you're asking me that.
Oh man, look. See, now hold
Hey,
on now. If
Bobby
I didn't
Hemmett.
ask,
If it
hold on,
wasn't for
time out.
Bobby Hemmett, I mean, this painting right here wouldn't exist.
All right, okay, okay. Look, I didn't know. I had to look. I don't
No, I'm just
assume
messing around.
anything. Yeah, I don't
Yes, I know who
assume.
Bobby Hemmett
Okay.
is.
So Bobby, in the game, that's really when I was like, man, dang, I'm an infinite being. I was like, I thought that, but the way he said it, I believe that. and
He
after that,
believes it.
yeah, he does, man. I miss Bobby. I wish he hadn't had that stroke. He had a stroke. That's what happened to him. But I don't know how, where he's at as far as you talking about somebody I would love to talk to. I would love to talk to him if he's able to. I'd love to talk to him if I had an opportunity.
Maybe you will manifest it.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so.
Maybe you'll be at Whole Foods one day or something when the coronavirus disappears, and
Get, get
and
out of
you
here.
just like turn around and there's Bobby. I don't know.
All right, okay. All right, but no, I'm just saying it'd be cool to meet him. I'm not a starstruck person. Like it's just that don't do it for
Good.
me. But if he, someone that I respected and watched the videos, and that'd be cool to meet him. But he put his pants on just like I do. Unless he can't, then he got some help putting his pants on. So I've never
Yeah, I
been
haven't
one of those.
heard much since the stroke. Like I haven't really heard
Yeah,
much about like how he's doing. I don't think he's done any lectures or anything.
yeah. I don't know how bad is it. I don't know how bad he is. I don't know how serious it is. I just, like I said, I think they had started some type of fund for him. So I don't know if that's doing good or bad, but
Well,
he's
there's a plethora of information out there, and I would
yeah.
say if you're going through an awakening, as far as learning who you are, especially as a melanin being, then you definitely, it's a must. You need to listen to Bobby Hemmett. You need to learn about Bobby Hemmett
All
and
right,
what he can teach, what he
all
teaches.
right, okay. Now, I now what I was asking you about as far as dating, like I mean, like when you get out here, like how are the men as far as dating? Like what have you been running into It's no, I want you because the ladies need to know. They need to know. Like if you don't tell them, they're not gonna know. I mean, I hear it. I trust me, I hear it. So I hear all these things. This is one reason why I wanted to do my podcast. I'm like, man, I'm not hearing this from other people, you know, because they celebrities, they on there, they got their image and all that stuff, and they're trying to, and that's cool. I respect that. I'm not knocking no one's hustle, but people get caught up in those people's lives and think that they got a perfect life. You know, they don't. They got shit going on. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, let us know how, you know, how has your dating been the past year? I don't know. Have you been single the past year?
It hasn't been a full year yet, so
Okay.
it's been a little over a half a year.
Okay.
I mean, I would say I was already mentally single while I was even still with the individual that I was with. I'm not dropping names. But
we don't do no names. That's the only thing we
yeah,
saw. I mean, if you want to say a name, that's
I'm not
on
doing
you.
that. I'm not
Yeah,
doing
but
that.
no, we don't do that. But I'm saying because to me, no, I'm telling you, I don't like that because
It's not respectful.
well, no, that person's not here to defend themselves.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not respectful either.
So, but yeah, but go ahead.
Okay. So I mean, I haven't had the best experiences, honestly. I got in a situation like right after where I kind of when I love someone, I love someone. When I like someone a lot, right? And I love to be around them. And I think because at the age I am now, I just think of things differently. Like I don't have time for little kitty bop stuff. Like I have to like know what the intentions are from the get-go and what's going on. So like for instance, I had experiences where I meet guys, we talk, and they say, "Oh, I don't have a girlfriend," or "Oh, no, I'm not married," or I don't have anybody. And then we talk, I like them, and I'm thinking things are transforming and transpiring into something good, and then I get a text message from their girlfriend, or I'm just saying, like, I just feel like a lot of guys just need to be more honest. Yeah. And they need to just say what they need to say. Hey, I don't really like you like that. I think you're attractive. I might like you a little bit, but I just really want to have sex. Now, I know that a lot of women will probably be like, hell no, if a guy said that, right? Well, no. But the thing is you don't know where that woman's mind is either. She might be thinking the same thing. Well, hey, I don't really want a serious relationship either, right?
Okay. Oh, hold on now. Now you going into a subject now. Now we all adults here. Now, do you feel like a lot of people, they talk about this in the whole conscious community, as far as casual sex, getting soul ties. Now, how do you view that?
From my experience, I haven't had a lot of that, so I can't really speak on that too much. But for me, I just know when I like have sex with someone, make love to them, I get some form of attachment. Like I'm not gonna sit here and lie like, oh no, fuck these niggas and like I do. And then for me, I have to actually kind of like you anyway or feel some kind of connection with you for me to even do that. Because I feel like what I have to offer, like when it comes to sex, is not just something that should just be given away freely. I feel like it's sacred.
Thank you.
So
it is.
Yeah. So for me, it's like I feel disrespected when I open myself to you, and we have sex. Because I want to please you. I want to feel that connection, and then you lie, and next thing you know, you snatch it away from me. So it's like that bothers me because I've noticed there's a lot of that going on, not just with me, but I've had friends, coworkers, whatever, they're going through the same thing. And then what I hear is the guys, they'll say, well, if we tell you guys we only want sex, then you won't talk to me. Like that's even more, that makes me even look at you like more of a horrible person. Like
right.
Really just digging the hole deeper. Now, I'm not going to sit here and male bash because some of us women need to get our shit together too. Okay. Yeah. I'm about balance. I'm not going to sit here and male bash.
Okay. Listen, I'm not saying you're male bash. Listen, I know what's going on out here. Trust me. I'm a man. I know what's going on out here. You know what's crazy? I'm going to tell you this is crazy, right? I'll post something on my page about, what men do, and women don't really like it. And I'll be
Like
I'm
what? Give me an example.
like, sometimes I'll tell them, I'll be like, hey, from a man's point of view, a man's perspective, right? And it's really the truth. So when a person, okay, let me say this. Prime example. If I tell you, if when a man, like, I made a post. I think I remember this post. I remember now. I made a post say, when a man loves you, he loves you. So when a man tells you, hey, this, or hey, I'm sorry, let me give you some example. Hey, I love your legs, or hey, I love the way your hair look natural, or hey, I love the way your skin look, or something like that. If a man is telling you that, and let's say, for instance, you want to hear more, right? Some people want to hear more, right? And they don't tell the person that. That person may be like, damn, that's all you had to say. Or be like, nah, I ain't doing that. You feel what I'm saying? So when you spoke of the thing that you spoke of is trust and honesty. And you're right. So, like, right now, like, I'm very straightforward and honest. Whereas before I wasn't like that. I wasn't like that in relationships. I mean, because we don't want to hurt people's feelings. That's really what
Yes,
it
and I've
comes down
heard
to.
that. Well, I
Yeah.
didn't want to hurt your feelings.
Yeah. Damn, fuck
But you did,
that.
and it's worse now.
Right. So I don't do that anymore. Now
Good.
you ask me a
Congratulations.
question. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm older now too, though. I'm older. But now I heard the guys now, some of the guys now, if you get a straight word, like, look, shawty, blah, blah, blah. Or look, this is what I'm here for. This is what I want. Things like that. So, and then I hear the other side. I hear that men do tell women they're straight up with them, and the woman, she at first she cool with it, and then she becomes attached to him, and
Because
then he
I
be like,
believe that's something naturally within us. It's
so
like, I don't know, unless you like, because we have the whole hot
hold
girl
on,
summer thing going on, right? Where
what?
you're like, oh,
Explain that to people that don't know what that is. Some people
hot
might
girl
not know what
summer.
that is. Yeah, some people might not know what that is.
It's just a movement. Like, okay, so we're Black women. We can go out and we go out and we twerk. We have fun. We meet guys. No feelings attached. He got to give me something. He gonna buy me something. He gonna pay a bill. I'm not gonna just be out here giving it away for free. It's just like
So
Trina.
so
Trina started
so
that
hold
movement.
on.
I'm just saying,
So
like,
hold on. So
it's.
y'all on some men shit. That's some men shit.
I don't know about all that, but
I mean, I'm just saying, like, that's what men do, right?
that's happening now. It's
I,
happening.
I
It's
know,
it's
but
getting to the
hold
point
on.
where there are a lot of, I'm not gonna say a lot, but there are women who just feel like, well, fuck it. They're gonna play games. Shit, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play the game too, and I'm gonna get what I want out of it.
Okay. All right. So okay.
There's
So
women now that are like, I'm gonna have 5 boyfriends.
damn. Shit. Okay. I don't even. Man, I had to see that shit. I had to see some. I don't think y'all can do it.
I
I don't
know
think
for
y'all can
me,
do
I
it.
can't.
I
I
think I think
literally,
it I
I
think it does
tried.
something to
I've
you.
tried to
I
get
mean,
over a guy by talking to a whole bunch of other guys, and I literally am like, this is not working. I still
listen.
want that guy.
When you like somebody, you like them. It doesn't matter about some things. When you like them, you
It
like them.
really
Now,
doesn't matter, yeah.
yeah, but you got to be smart about it. Put yourself in good situations. I think that's the most important thing. But like I said, now, so that's hot girl summer. Fellas, did y'all get that? Just in case y'all didn't know.
I think they got that. I think they know about it.
Yeah, they do. They do. My homeboy posted about it. He's like, when he posted about it, I said, really? You gonna post that? I was like, he's like, yeah. But then I was like, I think it was on Valentine's Day. He said, yeah, some of y'all girls running around here that was on that hot.
Valentine's Day. I've noticed one more thing. I just want to stay on topic just for a little bit before I lose my train of thought.
Go ahead.
Um, I've noticed that, okay, like a decade ago when I would date or whatever, I was in my early 20s. And I noticed guys would be willing, they're so ready to take me out, right? They want to take me out. They want to date me. They want to do things like the little things. Text me, good morning. do you want breakfast? Like the sweet stuff. Like they would talk. They would tell me they liked me. They would tell me they want me. Now, I don't know what's going on. Like they literally don't talk. I'm like, and then if we don't talk and we don't say much, they go, well, that's why I'm with so-and-so, because you ain't say much. So I had to move on. And I'm like, what? So I'm supposed to sit here and just pour all my feelings out to you and tell you all this stuff, and you just supposed to sit back and just tell me, just be very like dry almost. And like, I don't understand that. I don't understand why now I've noticed a lot of women now are more like, the vibe is more desperate. Like they're proposing to guys now too. Like they're just kind of like being more assertive, and the guys are kind of sitting back now. Like,
so hold on 1 second. So hold on. So now I
that's
want you to
my
understand.
opinion.
Okay, cool. Now I want you to think about what you just said. Now earlier you said it was on the hot girl summer thing, right? And
yeah, but I'm not speaking for me. I'm just talking about a movement, right?
yeah, not you. But I'm saying that's what you explained, right? And when I say men shit, what I mean by that's what some men do. All men don't do that. Okay, I just want to clear that up. I knew it. I knew it. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, as a man, that's a man. Now, as a woman, you said hot girl. You just had to clarify. Some people blur the lines, so you just had to explain something. But anyway, so you talked about the hot girl summer, and now you're talking about role reversal. Now,
okay, yeah, pretty much.
That's basically what you describing,
That's
and
what it
now
feels like. I mean, I go out, and sometimes I go out, I get dolled up. And I remember when I would go out and guys would like try to talk to me like, hey, how you doing? And I know like now we have this Me Too movement. So some guys are probably very even like afraid to talk to women now because they don't know how they're going to react.
Hey, look, if you listen, I'm gonna tell you, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. She might scream something crazy at you, man. What you gonna do?
It just depends on how you do it though. And then another thing that I didn't take into consideration
that's
is
all up to
how
interpretation now.
big social media is now since a decade ago. Like I have friends now that are fussing at me because I don't have Tinder. And I'm like, I don't want Tinder. I want human interaction. Well, it's 2020, girl. You late. You got to get a Tinder page. And I'm like, what? And I'm on Facebook now, and it's like, sign up for this app to date. Sign up. And I'm meeting people who are actually meeting people and getting married, and they met off of a dating app. And I'm just like, I don't know if I can get down with that. I mean, I try to be an open-minded person, though, at the same time. But I have to think about that, too. It looks like people have more options now because every time you get on Instagram, how many quote-unquote dime pieces do you see on your timeline? How many women do you just see advertising themselves constantly? It's like you have all these varieties, and I feel like men are just confused. Like, I don't know which one I want.
No. So are you asking me rhetorical questions or you want me to answer?
No, I don't want you to answer. I already know the answer.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, I just feel like social media and the internet has a lot to do with dating and how it has changed within the last decade.
I actually heard, I was with one of my homeboys the other day. He said he was twerked out. He said he didn't want to see no more twerking videos. For real. He said he's just twerked out.
Not even just the twerking. We're talking about the glamorous selfies, the flat tummy tea pictures. I'm just playing. Everybody. I like when I'm out now. I'm guilty of it too. If I feel like my highlighter's popping, I look pretty. I'm trying to find the perfect shot, the perfect angle, put it on Instagram so people can see it. And it's just like, it's just this whole like virtual reality now, to where I've even met guys in person and their personality is totally different than online, or they have no personality. So it's just
really. You mean dudes that don't have no
personality?
now? You said no personality.
Like dry. I guess like they just.
Damn.
They're cool on the internet.
Hey, listen, no cap. Like
you probably can't relate to that because.
What's that?
You don't seem like you are trying to like be cool on the internet and be this like whole like you seem like a very authentic person. Okay.
Oh yeah.
But there is a whole okay, or I meet a guy, right? A lot of guys I meet now are like, yeah, I'm trying to like, everyone's trying to be a celebrity or something.
Yeah,
Which I'm not knocking people's dreams. I'm an artist. I'm a creative, right?
Yeah. Okay.
But I almost feel like it's a networking event. Everything's a networking event.
Okay. Well, okay. Prime example. Some people feel like, as far as getting in the game, they gotta pay dues and things like that. I just think that women, I'm gonna speak for our sisters. Our sisters are just, I think now they're just so, everything's just over sex, over. And what I mean by that is like, it's like, oh, she did this in her video, she popped her ass 30 times, I gotta pop my ass 50 times. So
Yeah.
that's what it feels like it's gotten to.
Yeah. It's true.
Well, if as far as how I see it, it's like everybody's trying to top you. Oh, they did this, I gotta do this. And it's just, that's not authentic. That's not art. That's competition. Competition is great when you're being creative and thinking of other ways to make music, other ways to be creative. Can you hear me?
Healthy competition, and if you're being compensated for it.
Can you hear me good?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes. All right. I just want to make sure
like
you
healthy
can.
competition, right?
Yes.
Like, artists, they go to award shows. That's a competition, right?
Yeah. That and a cipher.
Yeah,
A
cipher,
cipher.
exactly. Dance
So
battle.
yeah, those things, that's good. But like, this is a different type of competition that's going on now in the music industry.
It's the wave of narcissism. It's the wave of narcissism. It's the wave of a lot of people with mental illness that are just online looking for validation. People want validation. They want to be seen. If someone uploads a picture and it doesn't get 10 likes within a minute, they're deleting it. I mean, people want validation. They want to be seen. They want to, they look at other people's lives and they feel inadequate because so-and-so is getting endorsement deal with Fashion Nova and she looks pretty all the time and she's riding in Maybachs and Lamborghinis and she's at the beach all the time. And
her life could be all fucked up.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's just like this illusion. And then a
But
lot
it
of
could be all
like,
good.
oh, I need to look like that too.
But
Oh,
hey,
I need to
look,
go
it
do
could
that
be all
too.
good.
They don't feel adequate.
Yeah, that's true. But it could be all good.
Because that girl gets 10,000 likes in 5 minutes. And comments.
You know what? Listen, I'm gonna be real. I can be real. When I first got on it, I was like, man, do they like this? Do they like this? Or, do they like this? You trying to? We seek validation, man. Let's just go ahead and.
We
If
all
you
do.
don't,
That's true.
If I think in Instagram, in some form or fashion, if you're on it, I think you're seeking some type of gratification from it. Whether it be in business or whatever, you're getting something from it. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, I
That's at least.
understand that. I agree with that. But people
And there's
have to recognize that embrace your own uniqueness.
Yeah, absolutely.
My uniqueness is not going to be like her over there. And if I feel like someone is the upper what's the word, echelon?
Yeah,
upper echelon, or
yeah.
they've made it to a certain level. You know what I do? I admire it. I say, wow, good for her. And then I keep working so I can try to get there, because
that's how I am. I commend you.
I actually feel very happy for them.
Yeah, I'm always happy. Like for you, like you was sharing earlier with your music, and you was like, hey, I gotta, I think you said one of the DJs, I can't recall exactly his name. But I wish you the best on that. Like, that's why I said, like, you guys send me some information. I'm gonna post you. Post anytime you want me to post some of your artwork. You got some artwork you want me to post, send it to me. Some of it I'll just post myself, but some people don't like you posting their stuff. So
I appreciate that. No,
but
I don't mind. I love sharing my gifts and sharing music, and it is personal to me. So, I get it. Like, sometimes the thing about being an artist, you have to realize that, everyone's not going to like your music. Everyone's not going to like your art. Somebody might have something to say. Somebody might think it sucks. Who cares? You have to be willing to embarrass yourself. Like, basically, you have to be willing to put yourself out there.
Yeah. let me ask you this then. Okay, we're gonna kind of switch gears a little bit. Now, what do you feel like was your awakening? Do you feel like you dealt with trauma to get your awakening?
Um,
Because
I
most of
feel
us
like the
went.
trauma that I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say most of us, dealt with some type of trauma, and then we woke up from whatever situation we were in. You know, some of us feel like that. So, but that's how some of us feel. But I want to know how you felt during your awakening, or that's what I'm asking you is, was there trauma, or is just that you just started noticing things and then you was like, okay, something not quite right here. So, what was it for you?
Um, so I've had a few waves of
Okay.
awakenings. So I had an
Okay.
awakening when I was a child, then I had another awakening as a teenager. I had another awakening as a young adult, and then I had like another awakening not too long ago. So yes, as a child, I've dealt with childhood trauma. I won't go into exactly what happened.
Mhm.
However, um, that shifted my life forever. So when you deal with trauma and you're a child and things have happened that are outside of your control, because when you're a child, you're just depending on adults, right? To do what they're supposed to do,
Yeah.
to protect you. Um, it kind of grows you up fast. You kind of look at the world differently because you've basically been introduced to evil or bad.
Right.
And then you grow to have triggers, right? So you grow to have triggers and it affects your relationships with people. It affects um, everything, really. It just changes your life.
Right.
So as a teenager, the awakening happened because, like, I used to sing a lot. I sung a lot, and I was at the time I was a cheerleader, and then I went in the dance crew, and I was just very active. I had a pretty active, balanced, like, teenage life. But I had more trauma happen, and more things that shifted my life that happened. So it was just like another wave of trauma and another wave of darkness. And to go through that, I got through it and it made me stronger, right? I was like, wow, I'm still here. I'm still living. And I have a story to tell. So it was like something woke up. I remember when I was 14 years old and I looked in the mirror one day and it was just something inside of me that just said, you're meant to tell your story. You're meant to be somebody, basically. Like, I don't want to sound egotistical or anything. I just can't. It's hard for me to explain exactly what happened, but it was a feeling, right?
Hmm.
So it was just this feeling that I had, and I just knew that there was something inside of me that's meant to come out and to share, to help heal, because there's other young women or young men that probably have went through the same things that I went through, that don't have a voice or have anybody to talk about it, or anyone to, who may actually, who didn't go backwards. Like, I could easily went backwards and been on a terrible path, and I decided to still stay as righteous as I could be, have integrity and respect and love, and continue on through pain and trauma. So that was like my first major awakening when I was 14. And then I had another one. I would say like the one that happened in 2012 when a lot of people were awakening, right? So yeah, I think that when 2000 came, that was like the first wave. And then like 2012 came, and it was just this whole, like, people started realizing how precious their life was and how precious time really is, right? And within this plane, and people connecting more to who they are. I started learning about melanin, and I started learning about who I am as a Black woman. I started learning about, our ancient past and the
Right.
things that happened before slavery, chattel slavery. Um, Major awakening. I started learning more
Yeah.
about the cosmos and more about government and more about just that whole thing. Like, I started really awakening to the world, unlearning everything that I learned, growing up, and kind of just awakening to what my truth is. I've learned that everyone has their own truth. However, there's certain things you have to learn to get to that, right? So
That is
basically, I was
true.
being broken down. So
Okay.
that was like a major awakening. And then in the last few years, I went through another awakening with my creative endeavors. I would say beauty, aesthetics, being a woman, embracing my sexual nature, embracing my body, learning to love my body again, to love myself, to be secure within myself and not insecure, learning to really appreciate and love other people, the people in my life, not being envious, not being hateful, jealous, realizing that everyone has their own season. So basically learning to love people more and myself more, and being more understanding, having better relationships. Because when I went through the awakening in 2012, I separated from a lot of people, right? Because when you're going through that, you start to look at people differently. And you can easily become judgmental, and you can easily become like, ugh, you're not woke, so bye. Ugh, you're still eating that? Ew. Ugh, you can become really the person you shouldn't be. So I had to kind of like realize that, no, I need to understand people more from every walk. Because just like so-and-so, I was having a conversation with my friend about this today. There could be a young lady right now, right, who's in a path that people would say is not righteous. She could be at the strip club stripping, doing drugs, selling her body, doing all this, doing all that, right? And people would say, oh, she's, some people would say she's not a terrible person. Some people would say that's terrible. She shouldn't be doing that with her life. Who am I to tell someone that they shouldn't be doing something with their life? Maybe literally that's part of her journey, because when she's done doing that, she's going to have a story to tell. She's going to heal, and she's going to be able to be able to, you see where I'm trying to get to? The dark paths in our life and the dark things that have happened and that are still happening and that are probably going to still happen literally are part of our journey, and they're part of our spiritual growth. And I'm just so glad that now I'm to the point now where I try to understand people from every walk of life and try to understand people from where they are. And it has been very edifying for me. And it actually that part has awakened me even more than reading any book, watching a documentary, listening to a lecture or anything. It's just really understanding people, really, really trying to understand people, have empathy and have unconditional love. For me, that's probably one of my main focuses this year. This year, I guess that would be my 2020 awakening.
Well, I'll say this. It's been cool as far as like I said, seeing people wake up. It's been cool watching it, and a lot of things I've already done. So I'll watch people and they'll ask me. It's not. I don't come. I hope I don't come off as an arrogant person or anything.
No, I think you don't say enough.
You think so?
I think you hold back. But you know what that is, though? You know how it is when you're around that energy? It's like there's really not much to say. It's an unspoken language. Yeah. Because when you really become awakened, you realize that the English language doesn't even really express what we want to express.
And I'll tell you another thing, too. It's like, it's not that I think that I'll say that it's just I can see the bullshit. Like, I can see you when you're on that bullshit. Like,
your third eye woke?
Yeah, like, I'll ask you a question. If I ask you a question and you can't answer it, then you're on that bullshit.
Some people don't know how to answer a question because they don't even know what the fuck they're doing or where they're going.
Then they on their bullshit. You just
gotta lead them where they at.
I meet everybody with it, and if I ask you a question, you can ask me a question. But if I ask you a question and you can't give me an answer, how can you not give me an answer unless you don't know? And if you don't know, then you say, hey, I don't know that one, man. I don't know that one. You see what I'm saying? Then we can get somewhere. Because now you don't know. Okay, let's go find out. Then we're on the same page. But the thing that goes on here is that, see, I can be corrected. If I post something on my page and it's incorrect, and someone say, hey, man, that's wrong, I don't have no problem taking it down and giving the person credit. I don't have no problem with that. That's why I try to be very careful about things I post. I don't want to be posting something, then I got to go back and take it down. And I don't want to do all that. That's just me.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, like, I get information. People send me stuff a lot. So I don't post everything someone sends me, because I'll tell you, I'll share a situation. There was a situation that occurred last year where, I felt like me being who I am, I felt like I just didn't handle it right, you know. Um, Considering someone had just passed. I felt like I didn't handle that right. And I came on here and apologized and everything, because I just felt like I didn't handle that right. It didn't sit right with me. Man, I didn't handle that right. I don't, and then it taught me a lesson too, it taught me a lesson. That's why I'm not too old to learn lessons. What it taught me is that if you don't know, it's okay. It's okay. Just say, hey, I don't know. And like I do now, like I'm not going to sit here and tell people that, hey, there's no coronavirus. I'm not going to do that. I don't, even though I don't think it is, I'm not going to tell other people that. That's not my place to do that. You feel me?
Absolutely.
So though, that's what I learned. I learned that just when things go down, see, you're supposed to take a step back, process it, think about it, then make a decision. But see, what we do, we get some news. Oh shit,
React.
react. Man, they show. Have you seen these videos of people acting crazy, like for toilet
I
tissue
was
and
at
paper?
Target the other day. It was a hot mess. Keep in
Yo,
mind, I was at Target and I wasn't even thinking about the coronavirus. I was in there just shopping, doing my girl thing, because Target is the wormhole for your wallet. And I'm in there shopping. I go around to the paper aisle and I'm like, where the toilet paper at? And then I said, oh, everybody freaking out because of the coronavirus. And I'm like, wow, like, it was like funny to me. And everyone else, like, there's other people around me that are frustrated and they're mad and they're upset. And I'm just like laughing. And I'm just like, I don't know. It's interesting. It's just very interesting to me. So,
hey, tell the
like you
truth. It's
said, you got
like
to
in the
step
movies,
back,
though,
take a deep
right?
breath. For
Go
me,
ahead.
this has been, the coronavirus has actually been a blessing.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, let me ask
Just
you
as
this.
far as me being quarantined, right? Because I've had time to really meditate and I've had
You
time to
you
create
been
and I've had
meditating?
time to
See, you didn't
step
tell
back.
the people that you meditate. You got to tell them that you be meditate. Tell them a little bit about what you meditate, how you meditate.
Meditation,
Yeah, tell them a little bit how you meditate.
I would love to. Um, Recently, I've learned meditation comes in many forms. I used to think that meditation was just this whole, cross your legs and whatever.
Right.
It's deeper than that. So I have multiple forms of meditation. Sometimes creating art that's a meditation. But really, breathing. So focusing on your breathing first is one of the main like steps to really getting deep into meditation. So I would
Mm,
basically, I started with headphones or listening to frequencies like Tibetan singing bowls and things like that. And I would just basically close my eyes or my eyes would be open and I would just breathe. I would take deep breaths and I would count. I would take deep breaths until I got to the point where my mind was clear, because the point is to get your mind to be clear. In order to get your mind to be clear, you have to actually allow all those thoughts to just run through, because your mind's going to just race and race and race and race. And then it finally gets to the point, once you keep breathing, that it kind of slows down. And meditation for me is really just a way for me to get, as some people say, the voice of God or your inner self, to really reflect and to really get downloads and to calm you and balance you out. Even at my job, they have a quiet room, and I go in there and I put headphones on and I listen to different frequencies or I listen to different healing music, and I close my eyes and I breathe. And I notice that when I'm finished with my meditation, I try to time myself from 5 minutes to 50 or to 15 minutes. My day just goes better. I don't get angry as quickly. I see a lot of synchronicities, like things are just more aligned. I feel better. I have more clarity, mental clarity. I'm not yelling at my children. I'm just more balanced instead of like edgy, because we live in a world with so many frequencies and vibrations and just situations that we have to deal with, just being
okay.
adults in general, that if you
Okay.
don't take time to kind of sit back and meditate, it can lead you to a, like not stagnant, just like kind of attitudinal, I guess, like short-tempered.
Yeah, I got you. You can't edgy.
Stress,
Yeah,
like
let me ask you
stress.
this. Do you now, as far as your meditation goes, how do you eat meat?
I am a experimental. So yes, I'm not a vegan. The goal, maybe one day I'll be a complete plant-based vegan.
All right,
However,
now hold on,
I
time out, time out, time out. Now
I
let
would
me
love
stop
to
you.
do that though.
Now I don't do the labels, right?
Okay, I
So
understand
for
that. Yeah.
for the vegan and all that, I'm just saying like you don't have to do that with me. Like you just say what you're doing. If that's what you're doing, then that's cool. But
I
I
was
don't.
getting there. I was getting there. But
No, but I
I
hate
guess
when
like just
I
from
don't think
learning,
I don't. People put themselves in a box though. People put themselves in a
I
box.
completely agree with you. And
And they're like,
I
"Oh, I'm a
was
vegan. I'm a vegetarian." I'm like, "Bro, just say, hey, at this current time, I'm
plant-based.
not
Some
eating
people are
meat."
plant-based. Some people don't
Yeah,
eat, and I respect that. There's people that just don't eat anything with animal anything, right? To
right,
them, that's their way of health, and that's their way of being balanced. For me, my way of being balanced is eating what I want to eat. So, if I want to have some ice cream, I'll have some ice cream. I don't have dairy. I don't eat dairy because it upsets my stomach and it makes me sick, right?
hmm,
So, especially ice cream for some reason. However, if I have a slice of pizza, it really won't affect my stomach like that. I might regret it a little bit, but I'm gonna eat that slice of pizza. But I do a lot of I do practice a lot of holistic. Um, I guess I have a pretty holistic diet. So I take sea moss, I take spirulina chlorella, I detox, I fast a lot. However, diet is more than just food. So for me, my diet is pretty much doing things that make me happy. Going for a walk, going for a run. Um, I still eat a pretty balanced diet though. So I love
okay,
my greens. I love my smoothies. I drink kombucha. I take my vitamins. Um, I pretty much
yeah,
like the science of food where like certain foods help your skin, certain foods like black seed oil, right? So I take black seed oil every morning, every night. It has helped me burn a lot of fat, keep me slim. Detox a lot of things, herbs that detox you. I take turmeric, which is good for, inflammation in your bones. Like there's just certain things that I do, which is my own personal ritual, right? Just like beauty rituals. So really for me, it's all about what works for you.
okay.
If I don't need anyone hovering over me because I'm eating chicken wings telling me that that's bad. So, and I have friends that are vegan, right? And if that makes them happy, that makes them happy. And they want to sit and fuss at
Yeah,
me about eating chicken wings, they can fuss at me about eating chicken wings. Because at the end of the day, they good.
so, oh man, there's nothing
But
wrong with
I
that, man.
completely
If you
agree with
like
you with the
chicken,
whole
you
like
like
the
chicken, you
label
like chicken.
situation.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I'm not like a vegan or anything like that. Now I do have times where I don't eat meat. And usually it's for weight loss purposes.
Oh, okay.
And I do notice that when I stop eating meat, that my skin clears, I feel better, I feel happier, I feel lighter. So there's definitely something going on with that. There's definitely, but I'm not a health
Absolutely.
practitioner. I'm not a holistic guru. So I just kind of take bits and pieces from people that I've learned from.
Yeah.
And I
I hope
just
I've helped some people.
experiment for myself.
Oh, okay. I hope I've helped some people. I hope people reach
Hope what?
some. I said people have reached out to me and they've said, "Hey, man, and I didn't know that. They'll reach out
Like
to me, hey,
I
man,
don't eat beef.
Oh, okay. So,
I
couple,
notice when I eat beef, first off, I just get triggered easier for some reason, or like, and then my skin breaks out. I just feel heavy. It's like this heavy
hey,
feeling. I don't know.
sound like your body telling you stop feeding us this shit.
Yeah, it doesn't. So
Yeah.
really, and that's the main thing. Your body is gonna tell you. Like your body is a machine, and it's gonna tell you if it doesn't want something.
Yeah.
Point
So
blank. Period.
when you eating that ice cream and your stomach messed up, hey, stop feeding me this shit. That's what he's saying. Stop feeding me
I've been
this shit.
done with that. I do the coconut milk or the almond milk ice cream.
Oh, you do? Okay.
But at the end of the day, there's always, I don't care how clean your diet is, there's always gonna be someone that's like it's not clean enough, or
Nah,
you still
man,
need
I
to do
don't, man.
this, you
Listen,
still need to
let me
do
tell
that.
you.
So I
You know what I
mean,
say to those people? You know what I say to those people? That's what I say to them people. I'm
fuck
just,
'em.
hey, man, you don't run nothing over here. I mean, you paying some bills, you can talk a little bit. That's a little bit, goddamn, so. But no, I mean, it's cool. I mean,
I,
I just decided to just, it worked better for me. I don't eat meat. It worked better for me not to eat meat. If I did, like I said earlier on my thing, I might eat a piece of fish. And if I do eat a piece of meat, okay, it might be, if I eat some, and it's rare. But if I eat some, it's emergencies. So sometimes I gotta eat this shit. Like sometimes I'm hungry, I ain't nothing to eat, gotta eat some bullshit. That's just what it is.
that's true.
Um, but most of the time I just want to eat meat. I just go hungry. Or, I was like, my little cheat meal was until I did all the research on the little Impossible Whopper, man. That shit
Oh
is so
no,
horrible
that
for
stuff
you, man.
is,
It's horrible.
and
That man,
I actually was meatless for probably almost 2 years, and I broke it probably 3 months ago.
oh, okay. So you've been meat crazy. You eat all types of meat.
No, I have not been meat crazy, because
Fried
honestly,
chicken.
I can
You eat some,
live. I
you
can
eat
live
some
for the
hog
rest of
maws.
my life on Earth without meat. It's not that serious.
For real.
It's really not.
I was about to ask you, so did you get any hog maws?
Hell, I don't eat pork. Right now, if I go to my refrigerator, right now I have no meat in my refrigerator at all, or in my freezer.
Oh, you got something against the
I
swine?
don't
What's
buy
wrong with the
meat.
swine? What's
I'll
wrong with
eat
the
like
swine?
I'm one of those people. I fall weak for meat. Like if I'm somewhere and they got like hot wings, and then I'll eat it, and then I'll like detox for the week and get all of it out my body. So the thing is I'm basically wasting money. So I should probably just completely stop, because I know what to do to get the mess out my body and to clear my blood out, to clear everything out. But it's kind of counterproductive, because I eat the junk and then I have to spend the money to get the stuff to clean myself out. See what I'm saying?
So basically,
When I could just be
you want to
consistent.
rebel. You want to rebel. You want to be a
Yes, I'm
rebel.
a rebel
Yeah, I know.
to a certain degree.
You think? You think? Oh, well, it's not wrong being a rebel. I've been called that, radical and all that. I've been called all that, man. What
But
it
all my
is
friends think I'm a health nut. They think I'm like, if they want to know something, they call me, hey, is this good for you? And you be eating all healthy and stuff. So I must be doing something right.
they respect you. Listen to me. You know what I learned? That if they call you, that means they respect you enough to call you. Because if they wouldn't call you, they just be like, oh, hell no, I ain't calling. They don't know shit. But the fact that they call you, oh, people shoot me texts. Like one of my homeboys, I didn't even know. I didn't even know this, man. It made me, when I say it made me feel good, what I'm saying made me feel good because he's pursuing something that he loves, his passion. So he's a dog. He trains dogs,
Hmm.
and he shot me a message. He said, "Man, you helped me." I said, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, man, your posts and talking things you talk about, it helped me, pursue what I wanted to do." I said, "Damn." I said, "Well," and then other people were telling me, "Hey, man, you need to start YouTube." I said, "Man, I ain't done on YouTube. I ain't doing that shit." They're like, "Man, you need to start YouTube, man. You need to do it." I was like, "Bro, I ain't doing it." My cousin, he was like, "Cuz, just go ahead and start. Just go ahead and start." I was like, "Man, he stayed on me for about 3 years, hard." Nah, I'm not ready, man. I'm not ready. I wasn't ready though. I wasn't ready. Now I'm ready, because I feel like if you're gonna, this is just my personal opinion. If you're gonna do it, you gotta live it. So if you're gonna live it, then that just be what it is.
What's the point, really?
Hold on one second. Can you hear me?
Yep. We
All right,
back.
back. Sorry about that. Yes, we're back. We're good to go. I'm sorry about that. Where were we again now? What was the last thing? Oh yeah, I was talking to you about as far as,
You inspiring people, and
yeah.
people
Sorry, but
telling you
good
you should
job.
probably do this and that.
Yeah, yeah. One of my friends, like I said, he just said that, and I was just like, okay, if people are telling me that, then okay, I guess I can just go ahead and do it. But then I was stuck because I didn't know which way I wanted to go, which way I wanted to do it. Then I got stagnant. Then I went through something, So we all go through something. I'm not perfect. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I am. The thing that I learned most is this: I don't really care what anybody thinks of me, and here's the reason why. Because someone could think that I'm golden. I could just give somebody something, and then another person like, he ain't a shit. He ain't a piece of shit. That's just how it goes. You know why it goes like that? Because there's a thing called duality. Duality exists and it's real. So the way you are, there's a person that's the totally opposite of you. Me too. The way I am, there's a person that's totally opposite of you. So if they're the totally opposite of you and they're the totally opposite of me, then that means they are operating off of evil. So if that's the case, that's why we have so much evil in the world. It balances out.
Yin yang.
So for the longest time, I kept saying, man, who created evil? Who who did that? And I was like, man, where did evil come from? I really try to wrap my brain around it.
Did
I
you
said,
find the
well,
answer?
I think I did. I said, this is where I came up with. I said, so let me get it straight. So the creator created us and something created us, whatever, creators, whatever. We go in the most high, whatever we call them, God, whatever. Something created us, and that something that created us says, okay, I want you to always do good. I want to see you succeed. Just like your child, right? You want to see your child succeed, your children, because you're the creator of that. That is a mini you and whoever else helped you produce that child.
Absolutely.
Okay. So if that's the case where you know, um, your creation, you want your creation to always succeed. Now you want your creation to go through things, learn lessons, but ultimately you don't want them to get hurt, not to the point where it damages them. Maybe like, okay, they learn from that. Like, you get a little cut. Oh, ooh, I can't do that no more. Stove hot. Oh, I can't touch that no more. Those types of things. But sometimes it don't work like that. Sometimes you're dealt with different things in life. You know, trauma in your childhood, whether it be physical abuse, verbal abuse, whatever it is, psychological, whatever. So those things become a part of you, and then you have to elevate out of that. So the reason why you said that I find the answer is duality. That's the answer. I have to be aware. If you just like you, the way you look, you're a beautiful woman, and there's someone out here that if someone tried to compare beauty, they say, "Oh, well, this person she look better than her," or "Nah, she look better than her." See, two people could look at you and be like, "Oh, she's beautiful." Nah, she's not really my type. They're the opposite of you. So that right there told me, okay, that's where it come from. But I was still like, damn. And then I had to say, well, where did evil come from? Evil comes from a person that hasn't been healed. They continue to do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, that's what's going on. That is it. I said, okay, so all right, so duality exists. So how you were able to come out your trauma, that person was not. They stayed in their trauma and they operate in their trauma, whether they're manipulating people, killing people, lying to people, whatever the case may be. Either way,
Consciously and subconsciously.
right. And so then some people get trapped in both worlds. That's why they lay out double lives. They are this person during the day, and at night, they this person. They get trapped. They want to serve two masters. You can't serve two masters. You have to choose. Each day you have to choose. Every day. Every single day you wake up, you choose who you serve every single day. And a lot of people don't understand that. They're like, oh, nah. No, every single day. So if you wake up every single day and your thought process is, man, I got to go to work. Okay, that is a typical day for you. Now, how many days Now there are some people that wake up and be like, you know what, today I'm gonna go kill somebody. Some people wake up like that. They're the opposite of you. And if you go out in the world, you have to know that there's an opposite of you somewhere looking for you. Ooh, that person is, I don't like them because they just look like they're nice. And
Wow.
you think
I
I'm
just can't
crazy?
relate.
No, it's the truth though. Think about it. How many times you seen somebody say, I ain't never seen the person, man, I don't know. And there's something pop off. That person's the opposite of them.
Yeah.
And their energy cross paths.
Hmm.
Something's gonna happen. Sparks gonna fly. When lightning touch down and hit the ground, something getting struck. Same thing with energy. When you come in contact
Energy.
with,
There we
yeah,
go.
when certain energy comes in contact with certain things, there is someone gets shot or something happens. When you ever seen lightning strike a tree or strike the ground, something happened, right?
I've seen lightning very close to me.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so for me, that's you just have to break it down from a science to me from a science point of view, uh, and then once you break down the science of things, and then you break down who you are, and you got to know that these things exist. That's where consciousness comes into to me. Being aware that certain things come into play. They just are laws of nature. There's certain laws of nature that they're just here, and there's just like there is a physical law, meaning the physical plane that we live on. They got laws. There's laws in the spiritual world.
Hmm.
Everything has an order. See, right now you spoke on this earlier. You spoke on this where you said men and women. You felt like the role reversal has changed. That's true. I agree with that. I've seen it, been a part of it. I've seen it. So I agree with you on that. And when that occurs, that's off balance. When women acting like men and men acting like women, that's not normal. So
Hmm.
how did that shift come? Where did it come from? Came from social media. I'm gonna say this. If there was no social media, and like I said, I don't got any problem with anybody living their lifestyles. There's just certain lifestyles I would never know about. And there's still certain lifestyles I
You
never
know
know
what?
about.
That's true. Because now I'm like, I didn't know there was like 50 names for genders.
Where you learn that from? Like internet, social media. Because someone posted it and then you downloaded it. You gotta understand everything that you see, you download it in your brain. It's downloaded.
Yeah. Diet,
You
mental diet. Like
yeah.
you got to feed your brain the right stuff. But
Well,
the thing about the social media and the algorithms, it's like you have to take time to even go through and block and delete because sometimes stuff just like pops up. You just look at it and it's just there and now it's embedded in your mind. It's
right.
just like,
I totally agree. And that's what happens when excuse me, that's why I don't surf. I don't surf the web.
mm,
I mean, I don't surf Instagram like that. I don't do that because I don't want all those images in my head.
man, I think that's an issue for me. Like, and especially in the
Mm-hmm.
past, and it made me stagnant. Where
Mm-hmm.
next thing you know, like an hour has passed, and I'm like, I could have been doing this. And I've been scrolling on Instagram. Really?
Yeah, you it's called autopilot and programming. It's just all it is. And then you ever get sometimes your brain just be like you be like it freezes like you stuck like
Yeah.
now let me ask you something. If your brain do that, right?
Hmm.
Then and you ever be around people and they repeat themselves?
Oh, all the time, and they don't even realize it.
So that's a program, right? It's a
It's
program
usually
that
when people watch TV a lot. I notice, like people watch TV a lot, they repeat themselves a lot. I don't know the science behind that, but I have noticed it.
well, I don't know. I just sometimes, they talk about this being the auto simulation plane.
The
Um,
Matrix.
yes, definitely. Um, I'm not gonna go into all that. We
That's
can
for
do
a
a
whole
part two.
nother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will say this. Certain people on Instagram, they look like programs, you know. And and people say, "Oh, you judging?" No, what I'm saying is like they do the same thing. Like they post their jewelry. Like I hope that when people come to my page, that I'm not judging the person. I'm saying that's what they look. They just running on a program to me. That's what it looks like to me. Now they could say the same thing about me too. I'm running on a program as far as
It
educating
depends on what
people.
your program is, though, because I mean,
It's still a program.
on the
I'm
grand
program.
scale, yeah, it's still a
Yeah, it's still a
program.
program. So that's why I say, I just, you know what, scratch that because it's the same thing. I'm just giving you a different program. I hope that you come to I see. I'm man enough to say, see, that's the thing. Of me would have been judging. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I'm choosing
Sometimes
to
it's
be
just analysis.
okay. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. In this case, I'm just giving it to you, everything. I want to give it all to you. I don't want to hold nothing, withhold anything back. I want to give you health, all the things that make your life better. Because see, the more that I give it to you, the more that I have to live by it too. Because why would you follow somebody? Not nothing against big people, but if I was a real big person and not looking healthy, would you still follow me? Would you still believe what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
your actions
That's
kind of
true
got
because you have to be real and honest with yourself, right?
right, right,
Because, like, okay, if I follow someone, let's say they are really big, but they're a comedian and they talk about themselves being big and they talk, that's different. But if
right.
you're like, if your physical appearance is not representing if you're trying to be a holistic person or a fitness person, you got to just be real and honest with yourself. I know that's easier said than done for many people.
Everybody can't do that though. Everybody can't do that, and that's why
Like,
I'm
be
saying like,
vulnerable. Being vulnerable is not easy for people either.
hold on now. You can't be vulnerable to everybody now. I'm
Well,
just
no,
being honest with that.
I guess I'm speaking from a different standpoint. Like,
Well, hold on. Let me
okay,
say that
like, okay,
you can.
as a creative, you kind of have to be vulnerable in a way, right? Because your art is personal. Um, you're giving your essence and your soul. You're putting that into something and you're releasing it to the world. So it kind of, um, there's some vulnerability in that. When I get on the microphone and I sing and I'm singing about something that has to do with my life, like it's vulnerable because you're putting yourself out there, everyone to hear you and hear what you got to say. What we're doing right now, it's kind of, there's some vulnerability in that.
Yeah.
Now, being vulnerable as far as like, okay, we were talking about relationships earlier, like going to get attached to someone right after you get out of a relationship, like, and you're hurt. You're
Okay. Hold on.
vulnerable.
Oh,
You're open
okay.
and you're vulnerable. And then there's
Okay.
something new and you're.
Okay. Let me give you a different perspective on that.
Okay.
Okay. Let me just speak on a different perspective, and you can accept it or not. Right. At the end of the day, people say, "Hey, don't get out of a relationship and get right back into another one," right? People say that. Now, I'm not
This is
I'm not
interesting. Okay.
I'm not saying that you don't need to heal. I'm not that is listen, you heard me right. I'm not saying you don't need to heal, okay? But it doesn't matter because let me tell you why it don't matter, right? Either you can think you may not healed a year later, and you not been out of this relationship for a year, and you not been jumped into another relationship, waited a whole year, and jumped into another relationship and think that you're ready, and you're still not ready.
Still not.
So
Yeah.
and then you could leave and be ready.
So do you feel like people kind of put constraints on their own life
Yes.
when
Yeah.
when they think like that?
It don't listen, man. I'm not man. I'm saying, listen, this is what I'm saying. Someone is always gonna be the rebound, okay? That's just the way it is. You know why they say everybody play the fool? That's just what it is. How did you get that person? Come on. Let's just be honest here. We make up all this bullshit because of what people say, but listen. And then another thing people say, oh, it's moving too fast. What the hell? That is
Yeah, I
bullshit.
don't know about that part.
That
I
is
mean, life is
bullshit.
very precious.
Listen, but you hear people go, oh, we moving too fast. We gotta slow down. For what? What are we slowing down for?
I've never been part of that program. I just move
But
when it's moving. If it's moving, it's moving.
okay, so
And I don't really care about what people think on the outside if I'm in a relationship because like they're not in the relationship
yeah, well, it just
to a
depends
certain
on
degree.
yeah, I think it depends on what level that person's at, as far as if they've gotten over that person. There's different levels to you got some people they may have been in a relationship for a long time, but they've been separated and then bam, they finally away from the person, they finally are free. And now they can go out and do their thing. That relationship been over for a long time. Now, I'm not saying I do think that if you've just been in a long relationship, I think it's good to kind of just get out here and see who you are again. I think that's important. I think that's very important, because you've changed. If you got with somebody when you was 30 and now you're 40, you're not the same person. So
Sorry about that.
no, you're good. You're not the same person. So do you get what I'm saying as far as that goes? So to, everybody evolves at a different pace. So back to the relationship portion of it, I just think that you should just let it flow. If you meet somebody and the sparks fly, if that person honest with you and you honest with them, then and y'all can be adults about the situation because that can happen. Then be adults about the situation. If it can't be adults about the situation, then hey, you go your way, I go my way, and let's end peacefully. But it's like people cannot be honest and transparent. It's like they're afraid. And I really think it goes back to social media. I gotta sell it for the gram, and I gotta do it for the gram. I heard people say that before. For real.
I remember when that was a hashtag. But back to vulnerability. It takes a certain level of vulnerability for some people to be open and honest with people about stuff.
Man,
And a lot of people like to hide I gotta stop saying a lot of people. There's individuals who just like to hide that side of them. Like, I gotta be tough. I can't show that. That's weak, right?
yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, me personally, I'm just, I don't get down like that. I just, now I move, I just move differently and think differently, based off some situations I've been in, um, the, that I had to learn from, and that some of them were good situations and some of them were terrible situations. But I can honestly say this: every decision, every situation I've been in has been because of my decision making. So I have to take accountability for my decision making. And I think a lot of people don't do that. They don't take accountability for their decision making. They blame other people for their failures, their trauma, their now I'm not saying that person didn't contribute to it, but if a person hurts you, right, and then you stay with them and they hurt you again, you give them a second chance and they hurt you again maybe in a different way, maybe not in the same way. Okay. People make mistakes, right? That's what we say. But earlier you made a statement that people make time for what they want to make time for, right? Right. So let's say, for instance, if you told a person, hey, if you say this to me, I ain't giving you no sex. You think they'll say that shit to you?
Mm.
You think they say it to you? Now, I'm serious. Like if you say, hey, look, if you say this to me and you hurt me, I can't have no sex with you. I don't work like that, right? You feel what I'm saying? And
They
then the
won't
person, more than likely, they won't say it, right? Unless they just it.
slip up.
They still shouldn't say that. You feel what I'm saying? But you're right. People make mistakes, but if they slip up and they do it and then they say it again, do you believe that people that say they're not gonna do something and they do it, do you think they'll do it again? You do. So do you believe? So you don't believe that a person can not make a mistake, really make a mistake, and then not do it again? That's what you're saying.
Yeah, there has to be somebody that won't do it again.
So you say, okay, all right. So
You see how I got out of that one?
Yeah. I mean, because people, I'll say this. I think that couples don't fight fair. As far as when there's a fight, you fight about the what fights happen. Okay, let's just be real. People don't fight. Okay, maybe you don't. Maybe you don't.
I've never heard of a couple that doesn't fight
Yeah, but I
or argue
choose.
or debate.
Yeah, I don't want to do all that. I just want to listen to you, and then you listen to me, and then we can come to a conclusion. That's really how we have to solve things. I got to listen to you because I respect you. I'm with you. You're my woman. I got to listen to you. I might not agree with you, and you might not agree with me, but I got to at least listen to you. You might give me a different thought process, and bam, we might go make millions of dollars. That's how it can happen. You feel me? You got to listen to your woman. You got to. She know you better than anybody. She spent a lot of time with you, bro. So, and the same go for the sisters. Sisters don't listen to the brothers no more. They don't listen to it. Yeah, some of the sisters don't listen to the brothers. They listen to another. I'm gonna tell y'all something, sisters. Y'all gotta stop doing this. Your man will tell you the same damn thing that the damn pastor said, and you believe the damn pastor said, oh yeah, the pastor said it. Yeah, that shit right. Or somebody y'all respect.
Oh
But
my
y'all be all
goodness.
over that shit. Like, and your man said that shit is so disrespectful to you, man. For
It
real.
be like that. Some people just don't listen to the people closest to them for some reason.
Men hate that shit. I'm telling you, men hate that shit. When if you do that to a man, and then the next time you try to tell him something, he ain't listen to a damn thing you saying. I'm just telling you, he ain't listening to damn because you disrespecting him. You disrespecting him. See, it's a subtle thing. You might, he ain't mad about that shit. He ain't mad about it, but it was a shot. Damn, my woman don't respect what I say. Now, if he ain't, hitting he ain't gotta be hitting on all cylinders, but he at least you know, need to be right at least 90% of the damn time for you to be taking some good advice from him. You feel what I'm saying? Like he gotta be right at least a good high percentage. You feel me? I'm
A
not
good
telling you.
90% of the time.
Yeah, he got to at least be in the 90 percentile. I think you do, but if he not, cool. It's up to you. You know what I'm saying? Just that he got to have a good track record.
So basically, in a nutshell, listening and healthy communication, mature communication is important in a relationship.
Yeah, but both of y'all should hear each other's thought process on
And
any
really
type of
listen,
situation. Yeah,
not
but
just
listen,
trying to respond.
there you go. Listen with the intent. Don't be listening with the intent to reply. Listen with the intent of understanding, because so we can get an understanding. But let me tell you something. I wasn't always like that. I had to grow to. I had to grow to get to that point. I wasn't. I used to just tune out. I tune out my wife because of disrespect, whether it be because once the disrespect has happened,
Yeah,
whether
yeah.
it be on her side or my side, and it don't get
Hmm.
addressed,
It's
it
gone. Like you ain't
it
thinking. It's just like
gone.
it's like
Yeah.
once. Like okay, for me, I would raise my voice, right?
Hmm.
And my ex, he didn't like that. He was very calm. He didn't like the yelling. So like I would get triggered off something he said. So at this point, I'm not listening anymore.
Right.
I'm loud. And then he's upset. And then we're just going back and forth and nobody's listening to anybody. We're just, like you said, we're not listening with the intent of understanding. We're
He
listening
on
with the intent of responding. And then it just becomes a hot mess.
he on
So
frequency one, you on frequency two.
totally different
He
frequency. So we
happen.
won't understand each other. And then when
Right.
there's yelling involved, it's kind of disrespectful, honestly, to be yelling at somebody.
Right.
So that's something I had to work on.
Hmm.
Um, just in general, it's like raising your voice does not help you get your point across.
Right.
You don't have to raise your voice.
Yeah, you're totally right. And that's why I said I think that's why I share with you. I said that relationships are ruined because of lack of trust and honesty and communication. People say money. You know why you talk? You know why you can't agree on money? Because you can't even discuss the topic. How you gonna get the money right? I mean, just saying. I just think it's imperative that when you get married or you get into a relationship with someone and you're living together and, I don't, people, oh, you're shacking. No, listen, damn that shit. You need to get to know this person before you decide you're going to marry this person. That's just my personal opinion.
I agree with that one because you got to see how they live. You got to see if they're clean, if they're responsible.
Yeah, all that.
If they can take care of children, if they can, they can cook.
Yeah, definitely. So, those things all go into play. And
they're not worrying about what outside people have to say because I used to get caught up in that. Now, if someone's trying to give you advice because they see that you're going through turmoil or, that's different. Like if people really care about you and they're just trying to like see what's going on with you or they see things from the outside because sometimes people from the outside looking in see things differently than you do. But just listening to people, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to shack up? Why would you want to? You only been knowing this person for a month. You want, all that. I had to learn that I would be blocking my own blessings and self-sabotaging by listening to what other people have to say and not living my own life.
Yeah, I think you call it the eagle's eye or something like that.
No, the evil eye is different. The evil eye is, that can be part of it where like, okay, so the evil eye is when something happens, right? Something good happens. Let's say I get an email, oh, we want you to have an art show at this gallery, right? Cool, because I submitted and I got accepted. I shouldn't go around the next day after I get the email, hey, I got accepted. Because especially if I'm telling people who really don't care about me, right? Because there's people who will be around you and be like, oh my God, that's so cool. And on the inside, they're like envious and they're jealous and they don't like it. You don't know what people do. You don't know what people practice. You don't know what people are on. So therefore, to not throw the energy off, it's sometimes best to keep your business to yourself, even with the people closest to you, so that when it actually happens, boom. Now, when you've already had the meeting and you coordinated your show and you send out your digital flyer, hey, this is going to be going on this day, this day, this day. Okay, it's a done deal. It's sealed. But going around and like kind of telling people things before it actually manifests can actually throw your energy off. And I'm just saying that through experience because I've always said I wasn't going to do that. And a lot of times I still do it because I'm so excited. See what I'm saying? And then something weird happens. A lot of times the event still happens, but it's always like.
Let me ask you something.
You can just feel people's energy or vibes.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do you think that you psych yourself out because you get so excited?
Sometimes I feel like if dwelling on that can actually manifest it, because you will manifest things in your mind if you think about it too much, right? But at the same time, some things you don't have to broadcast to everyone until it actually happens.
Yeah, I don't do that. There's a lot of things I don't post.
But that's mature. That's a level. There's a level of maturity and wisdom.
Yeah, everybody don't need to know everything about my life. I'll share some things. There are certain things that is only shared between me and who I'm intimate with. I'll share some things on the ground, on the podcast. I'm pretty transparent, but there's some things I probably wouldn't discuss on here. And the reason why I say it is because I just don't think people are ready for it. So they're not. They're just not. So
there's a clan. You have a tribe. There's a tribe out there that's ready.
Oh, you think so?
There's a tribe out there. There's people out there.
I'm gonna have to name that podcast something else. I'll name that the X-Men or something.
The X-Men?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I got some kind of superpowers.
Yeah, we all do. Me and my, I'll share this with you, and then we'll get ready to wrap it up. And I was talking to one of my, we're pretty much like brothers. We've known each other since we were little babies, right? And me and him was talking today, and we reached another level of I say consciousness because he doesn't like my terminology of words. he believes a lot of the things that I believe in. Like, so if I say I'm God, he don't like when I say that. He says because then I'm taken away from the God of what he knows lasts. I get what he's saying. He technical though. He one of them technical people. Technical people are like that. If the name is that name, that's the name of it. You can try to tell him whatever. That is the name. I tried to convince him or something. Not convince him, but like, dude, try to explain it to him. Like, no. He's no, man. No. This is what it is. This is what I'm told what it is. So I let him have that. I don't try to change him. But today we got past that. And he's like, man, you really think that people are just fast, or you think that they can reach another level into their brain and run faster? And I said, man, you thinking like that? He said, yeah. I said, well, I can say this, man. I never got caught. I never got caught. And what I'm referring to is I play football. And when I would break, the thing is you don't want to get caught as a running back because then you're slow. So that was a thing. So I would break out and I was like, ain't nobody catch me. Ain't nobody catch me. And no one ever caught me as far as I can remember. When I broke on varsity, I was gone. If I broke out. So I was like, man, you know what? But I wasn't the fastest on the team. But when I broke, no one ever caught me. I don't know if I hit another gear, but I will say this. When I would work out, I'll be able to tap into it and be like, just go harder.
I know that feeling. It's a good feeling.
So yeah, to be able to have that willpower, that's a beautiful willpower to have. So what are your thoughts on that? Do you believe that people have the ability to tap into their inner selves and pull out more strength?
Watching Simone Biles. I mean, she's amazing. She's like the best gymnast in the world, and to see people do that, superpowers.
Usain Bolt.
We don't even utilize, I don't even feel like we utilize the power of our bodies the way we could.
Yeah. Well, you seen
like
the movie
to its full
Limitless?
potential. We are amazing, and I mean, I like watching and seeing people that can fly through the air and do all that stuff, because it's like it just shows you what your body can do and how powerful we really are. Yeah. However, this here is very powerful as well.
Yeah, it is, but it's grounded a little bit. Yeah, it's grounded. Yeah, all of them. So, like I said, you meditate, so you know about the chakras. Mm-hmm. Have you seen the movie Limitless?
Oh my goodness, I've seen the movie multiple times.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies. All right, in that movie, obviously they're able to use 100% capacity of his brain. Now there was a downside to it though. When he take it, mm-hmm. He had like a huge hangover. He'd be out for 3 days.
Worse than a hangover. That was
basically
bad. Dying.
Yeah, he never remembered any of that. And but people say, man, would you take that? Man, if I could take that shit, hell, you might read all these books, man. You read all these books and you can read books if it's true. I've heard about it and all that, but I don't know how true it is. I've heard it, the elites can get it, but if I hadn't seen it and had it, I can't confirm it. So I can't confirm it, but I tell you what, if you could take something like that and be on that level, I just want to learn. I just want to read these books. And just.
You ever heard of a herb called a nut called gotu cola from Jamaica?
Yeah, I take that.
Man, I love that stuff. That's like if I take that for some reason, if I put 6 packets of that tea in water, I probably shouldn't be doing that. I have days where I feel limitless. I don't know why, but that to me that is almost.
You can drink that? I can't drink that stuff. I can't drink it.
I have programmed myself to where if I know something's good for me, I don't even care.
I have too, but some of them taste.
It doesn't have a taste to me though for some reason. But
Now, are you boiling just the powder herb, or are you boiling the leaves?
see, I want to do the leaves, but I'm boiling the powder herb. That's why I have to put so much. I have to put. I just noticed that when I drink it, I have days where I'm like on one, where I'm like talking about reading. I could probably go through a whole book. I'm really focused. I
Really?
can finish tasks like easier, quicker. I'm just like, if I'm focused on one thing, it's like an Adderall or something. I'm just like focused. It's awesome.
Now, I take the herb. I don't drink it. See, when you drink now, you know why you're it's getting into your system like that because you're drinking it. See, when you digest it, it's different because your body has to metabolize and break it down. So that makes sense now. Okay. So yeah, when you drink it, it's gotta go to bloodstream to come out. So it's running all through your body. So yes, I can see how that could stimulate your mind and your body like that. So yeah, I'm gonna have to try that. You might put me on to
It's
something.
like a
I never
limitless
did that.
pill.
Really?
It
I'm gonna
is.
try it. You think I'm playing? I'm gonna try it, and I might try it. Depending on what time it is. But yeah, I appreciate you giving me that. I appreciate you giving me that. And again, this is any last things you want to say, before we close out?
I really do appreciate you having me on, and
Oh,
reaching
no
out to
problem.
me.
No problem.
I'm definitely looking forward to some future builds.
Oh yeah. I was gonna
And
ask you if you wanted to. Maybe we can, like I said, we'll get together after the show and we'll talk about some things. I think you'd definitely be great on the show. But we'll talk about that afterwards. But go ahead and
yeah,
say,
like maybe some more like a topic that we can actually try to dissect because I do have a lot to say, and I know you have a lot to say. And we can learn from each other. So
yeah, definitely,
I don't
definitely.
know. I really enjoyed this. It was really fun.
All right, I thank
Um,
you, thank you. You
mhm.
you you're the first official podcast that I did that was video and audio.
Hey,
So congratulations.
hey.
I appreciate you.
Hot girl
Uh,
summer. I'm just playing.
oh, oh no, she did not close the I girl. So okay, all right. But anything else? Anything else that you would like to tell the world? Because this is
Yes.
it.
You guys can find me on Instagram if you want to check out my
Yeah.
artwork. Ultravioletj.
Oh, no,
Ultra.
and the artwork is awesome. It's awesome. It's great. I'm telling
Thank
you, like,
you.
check it out for it. No, I
Thank
ain't.
you.
I'm not trying to get. If it wasn't, I wouldn't say it. I'd be like, yeah, check her
I
out.
appreciate.
Yeah,
Honesty is the best policy.
yeah,
I mean,
that's good.
even the ones I just posted, I'm sure there's somebody that's like, ugh. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't. It doesn't matter to me.
and duality. Just think of duality. Then once you think of duality,
Duality.
then you be like, ah, shit, they everywhere. I'm looking
Hmm.
for what you looking for. The 20%.
Well, I'm gonna try to keep my vibrations high over here so that
Yeah,
can stay away.
yeah. That's how you gotta think of. See, that's why I train my mind to too. Just don't even think about it.
Hmm.
I just try not to think about negative shit. I really am conscious of like that's negative. I'm thinking about something else.
Because the feeling of it, I, that happened to me yesterday when I was hanging out with my friends, and I started thinking something, and I'm like, why am I even thinking about this? It's not even real. I'm like creating a scenario in my head that's not real, and I've actually had situations happen where I create a scenario in my head, and then it actually happens because I was thinking about it, and I'm like, cancel. It's like you gotta cancel that bitch like Nino immediately.
Really?
Cancel.
uh, all right. Okay. All right. But anyway, I like I said that yeah, that's one. That's that line though. That's that line. What you said. But yeah, this definitely I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. And again, you're more than welcome to come on the show anytime. You got open. Anytime you want to discuss a topic, let me know. So we'll talk about it afterwards. But again, thank you for coming. Again, give it up for Ultraviolet Crystal. She set the thing off today, man. Good luck with anybody that come behind you. it's a lot.
I appreciate
I
that, but
appreciate the authenticity. No, you was authentic. You was
this is my
genuine.
first time being on a podcast, and
Yeah,
I don't know. I really enjoy myself. I'm ready to, just give more of myself to my tribe.
there you go.
This ain't for everybody.
No, it's not. It's not. Well, all right, then we're gonna close up. And again, this is a Jewelz podcast. And again, this we gonna give it to you raw, when you don't edit no shit. This is it. This is it. So again, thank you for tuning in, and thank you. Have a great night.
Bye.
Yeah.